Hey, boys and girls, moms and dads, welcome to the Kidders, a place where irreverence comes to sleep. And our Kidders are back again for the first time in 2016. First of all, Tim Slagle is back he was down in Mexico trying to get an interview with El Chapo, and that damn Sean Penn beat him to it. So how are you, Tim?
Hey, I'm in Minneapolis right now, where the hardest thing to kick isn't cigarettes or alcohol, it's a 27-yard field goal.
and Terry O'Brien is back with us after she was named Miss America by Steve Harvey, and good to have you back here.
Yeah, actually, you guys know I had an encounter with the healthcare system, and I was actually face down and full of drugs, which back in the day, that would have been a weekend, but no.
But once again, enough about Sean Penn. We got some new material this week from our viewer, Pablo Dominguez, from someplace in Spain. Sent us some interesting stuff, and we're hoping that we can get to this before we run out of time. But thanks, Pablo. Okay, here's our first story. This guy in Washington, D.C., there was a tip by the Secret Service to look at this guy because they thought he was going to kidnap the Obama's dog. And so then they caught him, and he had weapons in his truck, and he claimed that his parents were John F. Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe, a possibility. But later after that, he said he was Jesus Christ, and he had come to the Capitol to raise money for his run for president.
And the Bernie Sanders campaign immediately contacted him to see if they could get him on the ticket, because he sounds like their kind of guy.
He actually said that he was the child of John F. Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, Jesus Christ, and had a $99 a month health care plan. And the Secret Service goes, "That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. $99."
Well, the $99 one was only available to Jesus, and what's he going to spend money on? All right, speaking of the miracles of science, here's a guy by the name of Mohammed Abad, who, when he was 6 years old, in a traffic accident, lost his willy. Apparently, it was clipped off, which is a bad thing to happen in a traffic accident, especially to a 6-year-old, because, he had to play with toys from then on. Anyhow, now he's 43, and they fitted him with a bionic penis that he's going to use for the very first time to have sex with a hooker who is volunteering her services.
Caitlyn Jenner said, "Why didn't I think of that when I was 6 years old? It would have saved me a lot of trouble all these years."
And he was recently in a traffic accident, so there you go.
And apparently she turned him down after she found out she had misunderstood. She said, "Oh, I thought you said detachable."
And apparently the unit operates by tubes on either side that inflate when he pushes a button on his testicle. And if you got to go through life with a button on your testicle, I mean, I don't know.
Don't you guys see some potential for some real problems with this? Like, if you move the wrong way and you push the button accidentally.
Well, that's kind of a standard sitcom premise, isn't it? The raft that you accidentally pull the cord on.
When the wires get crossed, and every time you use the garage door opener, you get a boner, and that's what happens.
I do anyway.
He's just that happy to be home.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a guy. This has got to win. You thought that the guy who was going to kidnap the dog, you thought he was a nutball of the week, but this guy, by the name of Luis Carlos Giampoli, he's Brazilian. He was visiting the Vatican in in Italy, in the Vatican, and he stripped off all his clothes except his shoes and his backpack, and he ran through St. Peter's Basilica stark naked. And he calls himself Cherubino, for little cherub, and the Vatican already said the man is deranged. So.
Apparently, the architect of the Vatican said that he is now the Vatican's most wanted, which isn't the first time that that guys at the Vatican wanted a Brazilian.
Yes, and when you saw deranged nurse in the headline, how many of you thought, okay, running around saying I'm a Brazilian, figuring, well, if it's a woman,
well, yeah, of
you'd
course.
be able to tell she's
But
Brazilian.
I can't wait. That's where the Olympics are going to be. We lost the Olympics here in Chicago in 2016, but it looks like we're going to win El Chapo. So
Well, actually, they said that El Chapo is going to be going to take a year to extradite, which means that there's about 3 or 4 more chances for him to escape between now and then.
At least.
Scheduled, I think February 28th is his next one.
Yeah, that's actually like the lotto jackpot in Mexico. Just getting to guard El Chapo.
That sounds like a great office bit. Pick a day when El Chapo gets. All right, here's a guy who he went online and he ordered a Kindle from a company in California. He was in Bristol, England, and he ordered this Kindle, and it came to him from FedEx, and he opened it up, and instead of a Kindle, he had been sent a human tumor, which apparently was on its way to the Royal Free Hospital in London, and so now he has no Kindle, and he keeps calling FedEx going, you owe me a Kindle. They said, well, hey, be happy with your tumor.
Actually, you ever see a kid with a Kindle? A tumor's easier to remove.
Meanwhile, the people at the hospital said, wow, this tumor, it's weird. It really looks like a Kindle. I don't get it.
It's got the directions printed right on it.
Do I have cancer, doctor? No, you've got mail. And now, we're going to end with my favorite story of the week. It takes place in Mumbai, over in India. In Mumbai, Gopi Gawar, he stole a woman's necklace. He ripped a chain off of her neck, and he ran away, and the people saw him do it, so they started beating on him. And then the police came, and they took him to the hospital because the people were beating on him so bad, and they gave him an x-ray, found the gold chain was in his stomach. And they wanted the gold chain back, so they made him eat 48 bananas. Until he pooped out the parcel. And I did the math on that. I checked it. An average banana weighs 4.6 ounces. 48 of them weigh 199.68 ounces, which is 12.5 pounds of bananas. And if it didn't work, there would be monkeys all over to help them pull it out.
Oh, man.
Ew. And you guys thought you had bad jobs when you were younger. How about the person that had to retrieve this necklace?
Oh, it said that the woman, they gave it to her in a plastic bag, and she took it to a jeweler to exchange it for another one.
I'd like to hear that conversation with the jeweler. I need to return this necklace.
It smells like bananas.
Oh, folks, we're having a good time here. I hope you are too. I think that's we've come to the end of the thing. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to Pablo's material today. We've run out of time. We're right at the 10-minute mark. But in closing, Tim and Terry, what you got coming up on your schedules?
Hey, you can see me all week at Acme Comedy Company here in Minneapolis, 612-338-6393, acmecomedycompany.com.
Very cool. Of course, the big State of the Union tonight. I'm very excited. There's going to be an empty seat in the gallery, and there's going to be an empty suit on the stage. So it's going to be perfect.
Very nice, very nice. Well, yeah, I hope to be watching that. And next week I'll be coming to you from beautiful Monterey, California, where I'm going to work. And hopefully I can find something that says Cannery Row in the background. It'll be very educational for the kids. Other than that, folks, that's all. Hold on, let me get the news. That's all we have for you today. Please join us again next Tuesday, and good luck on the Powerball.
Good night, Pablo.
Hasta la vista, Pablo.
We open up news. We just love to give you the